She's just awesome, a wonderful person, very kind-hearted, who's ready to listen to you.
It is a big day in the life of Mrs. Modupe Ogunlesi, the Chief Executive Officer of Adam&Eve Homeware Store. This art patron turned 70 and 5 very accomplished artists made her sit for a live drawing session.
It's actually my concept and my little way of celebrating an icon. She's someone who loves art so much, and I've known her for years, and I haven't seen any time, any moment that she's angry.
She's been a very good supporter of the arts. She runs a gallery. She's a patron, collector, and at the same time, she also engages in other forms of products that support our very existence.
Mrs. Ogunlesi runs Adam&Eve, a luxury homeware store located at Ikeja, Lagos State. She also sponsors a yearly art event called the Content Exhibition.
Everybody has different tastes in visual art. My visual art has been a collection of things that are likely to disappear from our terrain. I like marketplaces because after some time, everything will be sold from the mall. The woman backing a baby, after some time, we were great-grandchildren still know that that is possible. So my collection has always been things that I felt this one might disappear.
A live session is not a daily occurrence and is for a select few.
You cannot talk about Da Vinci and not talk about his great work of Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is a portrait, but elevated into an art form. Van Gogh's self-portrait is no longer just a portrait. It's a narrative of his career. So also is Rembrandt. Let me bring it home. Benéon portrait of Tutu. People are ready to buy the original Tutu today, not because they want to talk about Tutu as a person, but Tutu as a work of art done by Benéon in the narrative of contemporary art in Nigeria. When an artist decides to, especially an artist that is reputable, and says, I want to draw, you are elevated, you are instituted into the body of art for eternity. And people are ready to hang and put that in their collection, not because it's a portrait of an individual, no, but a portrait and its relevance in the context of the artist's career and art history.
This is a historic event, and her husband, Mr. Lanre Ogunlesi, came to watch. After the exercise, she dined and wined family and friends.
Oh, yeah? A round of applause for her.
She shared some principles that have worked for her over the years.
I don't bear grudges. I let it go. If you upset me, I'm going to call you aside and say, "Wah, don't do that again. I don't like it." But generally, I will give you one take about people who upset you. It's either they have a legitimate reason for being upset and bearing you a grudge, then you need to listen and see what you can do to amend. And that's the end of that. Otherwise, they are deeply unhappy, and therefore they must punch your happiness. I'm not going to let that upset me. The other thing that makes people try and hit at you is because they think if they pull you down, then they can climb. It doesn't matter. The law of karma is very, very strong.
Don't let imagery like, how can the daughter of the Kenny go to this school? No. You must weigh your comfort against the imagery. What will people say? No. When it starts to push your comfort zone, then you need to reevaluate the imagery. If today's best is not better than yesterday's best, then you have to go.
At 70, Mrs. Ogunlesi is bubbly and has kept her friends close.
You talk so much, marry your friend, marry somebody who you can really bond with. And my prayer is that Larry and Cooper haven't gone this far. They will also be there for a long time to come.
If you look at Cooper, she's an embodiment of our local. She has courage. She can speak to anybody. She is confident of herself. That's why she's gone to places. She's modest, and that's why she's the role model for a lot of people. She's very sincere. You can always depend on her.
I learned a lot from the time with family. How to quietly love your brother and grace successfully be there for them, and I'm all.
Legendary Jimmy Sholanke performed. Everyone present had the opportunity to write something about the celebrant. Mrs. Modupe Ogunlesi is thrilled.
Certainly feels good. You know, makes you feel special, especially because it was unexpected. When the idea came up, I was quite surprised. It's good to be here today.
Mrs. Modupe Ogunlesi has been married for 50 years. She has successfully ran Adam&Eve luxury store for 25 years. Her love for visual arts is not common, and her service to humanity is unparalleled. She says that God has been good to her.